G'day and welcome to my garage. One thing I like about working with plywood is the layers, so I can check the draft that I'm putting on these bracing pieces on for the angle plate for the gingery milling machine. These will go there eventually, so I need some draft. Need these corners rounded, filled in. That's only wood putty in there at the present moment. But yes, I know Gingery says don't use plywood because you've got to work with the end grain. Yeah, some of this wood putty, you just smear that along there, make it a bit wet while you do it so it smears easily, and it gives a good finish. And it dries quick as long as you don't put it on too thick. Yeah, half an hour later you're sanding it back, not even that sometimes. But yeah, the layers helps you with sorting out the draft area. I'll continue. Okay, that's a good fit. A little bit of a gap there. Doesn't matter. It's got to be licked with a fillet in here. This is the template for the angle plate. I'm just looking for my square. Haven't used it in a few days. Alright, come on, where are you? Like this little 150mm square, it's brilliant. Just setting the centres, because once I go to nail this, I won't have a clue, or I'd have to guess where those centres are. I've already put together the, this is the permanent work table bed. Needs a bit of cleaning up and some quick film of wood putty put over the ply grain, but basically ready to rock and roll. The Brad gun has a air leak. That's why it kicked in so many times. Now I'll put draft on all these pieces, these little triangles. I'm just holding it in position for about 10-15 seconds so it doesn't move around on me. Well, it shouldn't. Hopefully it won't move around. That'll be better. Alright, I'll keep working on those. I'll catch you later. I'm putting some draft into the, what is this, the permanent work table support pattern. I'm just putting some draft in. It's a lot of draft, but it'll make it easy, and that's the tunnel for the bolts, T-bolts to slide up and down. And if I've got too much, if there's too much in there after I cast it in aluminium, if there's too much, I now have a milling machine to mill it out. Hey. Well, it's not finished yet. That's what all this is part of. The gingery milling machine. And it's getting there. This tongue depressor works good. Got a nice radius to it. That's pretty good. Just tidy up the ends. The other end's okay. This end was a little bit rough. Not to worry. Okay. Just wait for that to dry and I can sand it. I've got to put a little bit of draft on the outside. Just preparing the mould of the what's this? The angle plate for the gingery milling machine. This will take a lot of the sand. little bit of flashing. Of course it's going to be hot. Haven't got my gloves here, hang on. Is that in frame? Yeah, it is. That come out really nice. Very little clean up on this. Excellent. Okay, a bit more dressing up of this angle plate, and I'll be right to start milling it soon. Oh, in case you're wondering, the shiny parts are epoxy. Blue. There was two hollows right opposite these webs. If I ever did this again, and I probably will, but not for this exercise. If I ever do this again, I think I'll put 2 feeders. Excuse me, 2 feeders opposite those webs. Try and reduce that way. 2 feeders opposite the webs, trying to reduce the shrinkage. I didn't notice it at first, but all is good. I did that because I didn't want to take a heap of metal off this unnecessarily, but we'll see what it does, what happens when I put it on the mill. But anyhow, I'll get back to you when I'm ready to machine it. not much, but yeah, it's got to be slow. Well, that's taking a fairly aggressive cut. It'd be about 40 or 50 thou. I'll bring you around to the other side. Anyhow, you're going to have to move so I can do this easier, and I'll bring you back at the end. Okay, it's done the job. Not a real good finish, but it does. It's an acceptable. It'll do definitely for what I want to do. Excuse me. The yeah, this temporary work table flexes a bit at the end here because it's not supported. The I don't know if you can see that. The temporary work table has the 3x1/4 base and then a 12x12 riser, two of those. 3x1/4 base and then a 12x12 riser, two of those. Two 25 by, yeah, I just got all that mixed up, didn't I? So the base is 75 by 5, the risers are 12 by 12, and then the top of the bed there is 25 by 10. But once you get down this end, the riser and the bed stop. So then you've only got the length of the 75 by 6 plate, and it has a tendency to flex a bit. You wouldn't think so, but it does. But then that's what this is all about, machining this, and then once this is machined I can then use this to machine a new base, which is a block of aluminium that we're going to cast up, and then it's double the thickness. It's about 25mm tall rather than 12mm tall. So there'll be a lot more support to this base, but you would still end up with the last bit of this travel being a little bit flexible. So I have to work at this range, but I wouldn't want to work at this range. So this is a 12-inch or 305mm piece that we're machining. The length of the machining. Yeah, I would knock a couple of inches or 52mm off that in practice. But having said that, let's not get too critical of it, because it's not finished yet. Yeah, all the flex is in that last bit. Alright, I've gone up a gear. This is what are we? 477. And the next step down, that's where I was before. That was 194. I was getting vibration. It's a lot better now. I will say the surface finish hasn't changed. Coming up to the end. Work table rises. This replaces that. But the problem will still remain that after the back end of this 300mm 305 or 12-inch piece, the 19-inch is still, it's not 7 inches because there's a couple of inches hanging out the other end. The last, what have I got here, 4 inches, 100mm, will still be just the 3-inch, 3x1/4 inch way, unsupported. So this is going on to support the end of the way. I can't see this interfering with anything at the present moment. I'll cast it up. Oh, is my casting box long enough now? I think it might be. But I'll cast this up. If it gets in the way, I just have to hacksaw it off, that's all. We'll see how it goes. Better to put it on now than not at all. Alright, catch you later.